at the University of Washington. So I've really seen this campaign from all sides, and am acutely aware of how important the role that you play in the campaign. It's really critical. And as Jolyn said, especially this year, um, phenomenal the work you guys did and the contributions you made, not only to EarthShare, which obviously I care quite a bit about, but to the entire nonprofit community. It's you truly have been the critical piece that made this thing work this year. Um, anyway, it's an honor to participate in this and to have the chance to thank you personally. A little bit about EarthShare, if you guys are unfamiliar. I think a lot of you guys are, but just to reiterate and expand a little bit. EarthShare Washington represents a collaboration of 18 of our state's leading environmental nonprofits. They work on issues which range anywhere from resilience to climate change, to air and water quality, preservation of our public spaces and open spaces, and protection of our region's wildlife. We work together in recognition of the sheer size and scope of the issues that are facing us in terms of the environment and its threat to our communities. And we participate as a federation within the CFD to make it easier for you to give and have an impact through our work. But I just want to step back a second. I can't begin to thank you and talk about the impact of your efforts without putting all of this into context. Unfortunately, as everybody's well aware, our context over the last year has been the pandemic. And I want to be really clear, during the pandemic, there have been truly incredible heroes stepping up to keep us all safe, to get us back on our feet, retain a sense of normalcy. And of course, I'm talking about first responders, doctors, nurses, healthcare workers, bus and delivery drivers, food service and retail, folks that maybe didn't even want to show up for work but did, and have really kept us going through all this. I in no way equate the work we do with that. Nonetheless, stewardship of our environment has not become less critical through the pandemic. It's just clearly not the highest priority, and understandably so at this time. Yet, even throughout the pandemic, a lot of our member groups have continued their efforts to educate and engage the public, mostly virtually these days. And they've also continued a lot of their on-the-ground restoration work, often without the largest part of their labor pool to be able to tap into, which is volunteer support. Your generosity has really supported them and kept them going. Made sure that as we confront the pandemic, we don't trade away our environment or a lot of the gains we've made over the last several decades. Interestingly, you may have heard not only the gains we've made over the last several decades, but you may have heard either anecdotally or witnessed yourself some of the gains we've actually made during the pandemic. We've noticed less pollution, cleaner skies, wildlife returning to areas they haven't been seen in a while or returning in larger numbers. Less congestion, obviously, on our highways and roads. These are all good things, but things that could easily slip away as we reintroduce people back into the equation, unfortunately. And fortunately, we're not going away for a while, hopefully. But I tend to look at this, it's been great to see that and see the resiliency in our environment. But I view this kind of on a larger scale. I view this as an indication of what's possible if we start making really difficult choices regarding transportation, emissions, and sustainable use of our land and water. In one way, at least, as bad as the pandemic has been for all of us, in one way, it's been really good for us in the environmental community because it's forced us to look at better ways to reach out to the public, to make more information available virtually through webinars, websites, even virtual fundraising events that a lot of our members have put on. and making it easier for people to access this information 24/7, any time of the day or night, just by going to their computer. As we continue to move through the pandemic and slowly emerge, hopefully, I encourage you to be curious, to tap into some of these sources of information, to dig in more and see what these groups, see the work they really do. And once it's possible again, and I'm thinking late summer, hopefully early fall, get out and volunteer with these groups. I know for my part, I'm really itching to get out of the house and get my hands dirty again. And one of the best parts of my job is to be able to go out and volunteer for some of our member organizations and really get a sense for the work that they do. Even if you're familiar with some of these groups, I think you'll be really surprised at the extent of the work that they do, how impactful it is, and how easy it is for you to play a part and contribute to that work. Then, I should also just back up a step and say that what I just described, how the pandemic's impacted the environmental community, and how your work has really helped sustain us through the pandemic. This story is not just about environmental groups, and it's not an environmental story. The story is echoed across the entire nonprofit community, locally, statewide, nationwide. And in this very challenging environment, everyone, a lot of my colleagues, we've been very heartened to not see a significant decline in charitable giving. And a big part of that is a direct result of all your hard work. It's really been truly phenomenal that we've been able to sustain through this period. Not only financially, but just morally, to have that support behind us has been truly encouraging. So thank you all. Thank you for your role in empowering our state's nonprofits throughout the pandemic, validating their work, and preparing all of us for hopefully still better times ahead. So thank you again.
Wonderful. Yay. Thank you, Joseph. I appreciate all the thought that you brought to your remarks, and I'm hopeful that I will too be getting my hands dirty in the near future, doing something meaningful and engaging, not just working in my yard, which needs it. And sorry, I moved my script and now I've got it back in front of me. I just want to welcome everyone again. Thank you for coming today. And I am pleased to introduce Mike Morris from DSHS, who is the Sno-King CFD Committee Chair, and Ann Sarna from UW Treasury, who is the UW CFT Volunteer Events Committee Campaign Chair. They will be taking us through this program, and they will tell us a little bit more about how it is all going to work. So Ann and Mike, welcome to the Zoom stage. Yay!
Thanks, Jolene. Thanks, everybody, for attending. Can people hear me okay? I'm on a different computer than I normally am on, so.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. So we're going to start with our awards. And so the nominees we're going to announce were nominated by their peers, their supervisors, campaign leaders, or campaign assistants. The Sno-King CFD committee was charged with a very tough task of having to determine the winners based on a certain set of criteria that we use. While each and every volunteer is certainly deserving of special recognition, especially this year, because let's get truth here, it was a tough year in so many ways. The following people were nominated, and a select few were chosen to receive an award for their work on the campaign. All of our award nominees should feel extremely proud of being nominated. Everyone who was a coordinator should be very proud of being a coordinator as well. We have a certificate of appreciation for each nominee, and we'll get those sent out to you. We also have certificates for winners and some prizes that will get sent to you as well. So congratulations to all of our nominees.
Thanks, Mike, for explaining the process. This is one of my favorite awards because I just love events. And when I was doing events and I was the chair for our group in finance, I love doing events. So it was a real challenge this year with COVID. So I think this category is even more special that people were so creative to come up with really wonderful ways to get their departments to be engaged. So this is the Innovative Event Award, and it's presented annually to campaign volunteers who demonstrate exemplary outreach and innovation in planning and executing CFD campaign events. This year's campaign presented so many challenges, and our coordinators, they rose to the occasion. So bravo to all of you. The nominees, yes, clap, clap. The nominees for the event are the virtual 2020 Thanksgiving event. And the people who put that on was Cameron Daniel Smith, Ann Lawson, Lisa Nigen, and Scott Wynn. The next nominee is the Department of Lab Med and Pathology CFD Comedy Show. That sounds great. Brooke Emmerich. The next one is Graduate School Trivia from Gary Winchester. And our last nominee is Harborview Medical Center Chance Auction from Fran Quack. And, oh, we do have more, excuse me. And then the DDA Regional 4 Electronic Cookbook with Margaret Shields Blissell. And those are our nominees. So thank you to all of them. Let's give them a clap. And the award winner for the best innovative event is the Department of Lab Med and Pathology CFD Comedy Show with Brooke Emmerich. So I'll give you a little bit of information on what she did. The event provided a fun and entertaining evening for hardworking employees while also raising money for Northwest Harvest. Kermit Apio, a UW alum and local hilarious comedian, generously donated his time and performance for an audience of over 50 staff and faculty from Lab Med and Pathology. Not only did the event benefit the UW Harvest, but it broke its own donation goals 3 times. Great job, Brooke.
So normally we
Thank you.
Very good job, Brooke. Normally we get to have all of you come up and accept your awards, and unfortunately, you know, we're really not able to do that. So it's nice that if you're on the phone that you acknowledge that so that we can at least see your face go across our screen, and that's a nice addition for us. So thank you. So the next award is the Outstanding Team Award. It's presented annually to a group of CFD volunteers that demonstrate exemplary teamwork while promoting and educating employees about the benefits of giving through the CFD. Our nominees are UW Advancement with Nicole Howard, Alice Lee, and Joseph Sherman. DSHS DDA Region 4 with Alan Sapalarlin. Boy, I'm going to have a problem with this. Brianna Wicks, Carolyn Roseberry, Kim Adams, Kate Flaming, Janelle Hammer, Caitlin Thatcher, Timothy Wolf, Thomas Lee, Margaret Shields Balisell. Oh, more. Michaela Rand, Adana Apicoro, Stacy Flower, Afi McCauley, Julia Holomek, Morgan Reese, Lisa Welch, and Shannon Haber. Large group. UW Finance and Administration was the third group. Cameron Daniel Smith, Ann Lawson, Lisa Wynn, and Scott Wynn. And the award for Outstanding Team Award goes to the DDA Region 4 team. I'll tell you a little bit about the team. The DDA Region 4 team is comprised of members of the LGBTQ committee. The team is inclusive and welcomes new members to the long-term committee. The committee was comprised of volunteers from different DDA offices. Even though staff were from different offices and working remotely, they were able to work together for events and the success of the campaign. Congratulations, DDA. So are there any of the DDA staff here that want to?
Okay. I'm not hearing a shout out, so maybe we'll.
I know, but I know
I
some of them are on,
Are you guys
because I
on?
saw some of those names.
Okay, can
My
you guys
name's
put a
not on
thumbs
there,
up?
but I support that team. They're part of our region. So
All
yay, yay, long
Thanks.
overdue. They're just terrific.
Wonderful.
They've been doing
Thank
it
you.
for years and have raised a lot of money, and they put so much effort into it. And it is a fundraiser that lasts for a month, and it takes months to plan. So they are terrific and very well deserving. So thank you for acknowledging them.
So
Thank you.
congratulations to them, to this group. So I'm going to move on to the next award, which is the Dean Spear Award for Excellence. And Dean Spear is a very special man. He's a longtime UW employee, retiree, and UW Combined Fund Drive campaign assistant. He's been a campaign assistant this year, last year he was one, probably the year before. And he's been a huge champion of the program and an advocate for employee giving going back decades. Dean was the person I looked up when I first joined this committee many, many years ago, and I've been involved for over 20 years. So that's how long Dean's been even involved more. And this award we've decided to give annually to honor Dean to a Sno-King volunteer who displays the attributes of enthusiasm, professionalism, positivity, outstanding service, commitment to passion for the Combined Fund Drive. And our nominees for the Dean Spear Award of Excellence are Ann Lawson, UW Finance Administration, and Scott Wynn, UW Finance Administration. So it was very close, but the winner is Scott Wynn. Can we give him an applause? Applause. So let's tell you a little bit about Scott. Scott has been a departmental, unit, and divisional champion for the Combined Fund Drive. His enthusiasm and commitment to the purpose and good of the program provides an infectious feeling to the divisional team. His many, many years of experience helps to guide new team members to succeed and lead the way, developing new ways to promote the Combined Fund Drive. Every year he goes above and beyond to ensure that the campaign is successful, from delivering items to the units for the snack cart to getting the team together to have extra time for planning events and fundraisers. His experience makes sure that no 2 years are ever the same, and he makes people want to attend these events to see what's going to be happening new this year. So congratulations, Scott, on receiving this award. Scott, are you here? Any shout out for Scott? Okay, he'll be getting a certificate.
Congratulations, Scott. So the next
Sorry,
award
this
is
is
Sure.
Jolene. Can I just do a quick shout out for Scott?
Yes,
He
you
is not
can.
here, but I think this is probably, I've been doing this work for 10 years, and I think this might be the first one of these events that Scott has missed. He always comes and he always does great work, as does Anne, and it was a very, very hard decision. Okay, that's
Okay.
it. That's just me doing my shout out.
Thank you. It's nice to hear
Joanne.
that. And Anne,
Yeah.
thank you. Anne did a great job too. So do
Yeah.
a good job next
Scott
year. You
is-
might win next year,
Scott
Anne.
Scott is
Sorry.
far more deserving. I nominated him for it.
Well, you both did a wonderful job, so thank you. So our next award is the Spirit of Service Award. The Spirit of Service Award is presented annually to the veteran CFD coordinators who have gone that extra mile during the Combined Fund Drive campaign. Each campus or agency nominates its best and brightest coordinators who helped make the CFD campaign a success. The nominees this year for Spirit of Service are Betsy Bott, UW Human Resources, Ann Lawson, UW Controller's Office, Elisa Kikoa Oshiro, Department of Corrections. Thank you for your nominees and incredible service. The winner this year is Elisa Kikoa Oshiro. Let me tell you a little bit about Elisa. She developed a food pantry in her office. She promotes the products with flyers in the office and walks through the office with an afternoon snack tray. In addition, Elisa created 2 gift baskets at the end of 2020 to raffle off. She and the CCO, Dana Connell, went to a variety of local businesses in the area and requested donations to add to the baskets. What a fantastic job, Alicia. Congratulations. And I think I did see your name, so I think you're logged in, so you can show your face to us. Thanks, Elisa.
Thank you so much for your hard work, Elisa. This is an important award. It's the Exemplary Leadership Award. And why this is important, for any of us who've ever been a coordinator, you really need your manager's support. If you don't have leadership support, you cannot be as successful. Having leadership buy-in and having them be there helping out makes a huge difference in the amount of attention and the amount of enthusiasm you will get for the people you're working with when you're trying to do fundraising, especially with the combined fund drive. So I'm now going to present the Exemplary Leadership Award, and which is presented to managers who demonstrate leadership and creativity, employ the best practices, and facilitate effective CFD campaign. So we had one nominee this year, and she's a very special person who's dedicated many years to the combined fund drive and helped us all. And that winner is Mindy Kornberg, the Vice President of Human Resources for the University of Washington. Please give her a hand.
Hi, this is Jolynn again. Mindy could not be here today, and she was very sad to miss this and wanted me to let you all know that for her, this is one of her favorite parts of her job, and she loves supporting this program and was really honored both to be nominated and to receive the award.
Well, even though she's not here, I'm going to tell you a little bit about her because that's important. So over the past several years, Minnie has acted as the executive sponsor for the UWCFD. So that's the highest level sponsor for the whole university, all the different campuses. So it's a huge job. Her continued support and passion for this work is evident in her own giving. And the incentives she provides and using her platform to highlight the work of the Combined Fund Drive. Mindy is a true leader and her support of the Combined Fund Drive. So thank you so much, Mindy. Maybe you'll hear our thanks when you hear the recording. We're so sorry you couldn't be here because we would have loved to give you this recognition, at least virtually. So thank you, Mindy, and looking forward to many more years of your support.
And I want to echo that to thank you, Mindy, because Mindy does normally come to events, and so I'm sure she was sorry to miss this one, but she has done a fantastic job. And I don't work for the UW, and I still have seen all the stuff she does. So those people who work for the UW certainly have noticed how much work she puts in. So thanks again, Mindy. So the next award is the Rookie of the Year Award, which is given annually to the new CFD coordinators who have gone that extra mile during the Combined Fund Drive campaign. Again, you know, each agency or campus can nominate the brightest coordinators to help make the campaign a success. And this year, the nominees for Rookie of the Year are Caroline Renzel, UW School of Drama, and Liana Tartkalia, UW Medicine IT. I'll try and do better when I pronounce it, since our Rookie of the Year award goes to Liana Tartkalia. Despite the challenging times and constraints of COVID-19 and her status as a temporary employee, Liana embraced the opportunity to be a CFD coordinator with enthusiasm. She continually brought up the CFD campaign in weekly meetings, sent out weekly notifications to our department emails, and suggested to leadership that we promote this campaign in every single way possible. Congratulations, Liana.
Is Liana here at all? No, she's not.
No.
Okay, so Liana will be getting her certificate, and we send you virtual, you know, appreciation, and hope you'll be back next year to help. So this is the award that everyone is always wondering every year. Will it be Tacoma? Will it be Bothell? Which campus raises more money? It's a big competition. You know, UW Tacoma and UW Bothell have had a long going rivalry. So I won't keep you in suspense. I'll tell you a little bit about it and get to the award here. So they've had a long-standing competition. Since 2008, these campuses have battled it out to see who would have the highest amount of participation, who would raise the most dollars. So last year, the UW Tacoma three-pleated their victory. I don't even know what three-peated. Oh, not pleated, peated. Thank you. I'm reading a script. I didn't write this. Okay. 3 times they've won, but will they make it a 4 repeat? Who knows? So let's see. Both campuses worked really, really hard this year, but unfortunately we can only have one winner. And the winner is, drum roll, UW Tacoma. So yay, UW Tacoma again. You've done it 4 times in a row. Amazing. Mazel tov. Thank you for all your hard work, UW Tacoma and Joel Larson. UW Tacoma retained its title by raising $53,248, $5,000 ahead of what UW Bothell raised. In addition, UW Tacoma ended the campaign with a 12% participation rate. Congratulations to UW Tacoma. Please accept the Spirit of Philanthropy Perpetual Trophy, which will, I guess you'll, Jolene, you have the trophy?
I gave it back to her last year, so
Okay.
she didn't get it. So I wasn't there to get it last year, so she still has it. Yes.
I do still have it, but in the interim, I have a trophy for everyone to kind of revel in the moment. You can see this is my kick. That trophy, like everybody who's nominated, everybody who's here, everybody who won an award, like this is you in my mind. You're kicking that goal and doing an amazing job. Joel, I know you had a lot of challenges this year, and I'm really excited for you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. It's fun. It really is. It's not a hard competition. It's a friendly competition. And shout out to UW because they did a Christmas wreath fundraiser this year, I think. And I was worried that we might lose it this year, but it's always fun. And my chancellor always kind of digs it to me because he said the front desk of the chancellor's office looks very empty when the trophy's not there. So he always challenges me to keep it in his office. Thank you, everybody.
Congratulations, UW Tacoma. And, congratulations to everybody, like Jolene said. And, one of the things I really like about this recognition event is to hear what everybody else is doing. So hopefully we'll be inspired by the creativity that all these winners and even the nominees have done. So let's take that inspiration and bring it forward for next year. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Anne. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you all for all your hard work. I am, extremely pleased to announce that we have a couple of guests from the state CFD office. So I hope you'll join me in giving them a virtual round of applause, or we'll say canned applause, whatever. We have Heather Hirotaka here and Stephanie Horn. Most of you probably don't know, but state CFD office has had some turnover this year and they are building their staff back up. But for a while, it's just been these 2 ladies doing amazing work, keeping this program up and running and front and center for so many folks. And so I want to express my appreciation, Heather and Stephanie, for all the work you've done. And Heather, I want to welcome you to the Sno-King Volunteer Recognition event because Heather is our next presenter.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you guys can all hear me. I had a little trouble getting into Zoom this morning, so my technology chops have been challenged today, but here I am. Normally you get to see our smiling faces in person, our team smiling faces in person. And of course, the past year has thrown us all for a big loop. But we're still here, we're still succeeding. And as Jolene said, the CFD team has had pretty much an entire turnover of our team, which, is okay. We want to have employees who want to grow and who want to experience personal growth. And we have provided that to them through really strong leadership and opportunities. And they were ready to spread their wings and do some different things. And so we're really excited and happy for them. We do have a couple of them who've come back on a contract to help us get through a little bit of this transition time. Stephanie and I, like Jolene said, have been in the weeds. So we have learned so much. I actually took on, I'm the director of community programs, so I oversee several programs. But during the month of January, after 3 days, 3 whole days of training, I took on the task of dispersing all the money to the charities. And let me tell you, it was, whew, it stretched me a lot, but it was a really great experience. And Steph and I are so thankful for UW, but for all of our donors, for King County, for Snohomish County, for everybody who comes to the table during really difficult times and says, yeah, we got this, no problem. COVID, whatever, we're still gonna break records, we're still gonna raise money. And in fact, just hold my reusable water bottle while I go ahead and take this on. So UW really, in conjunction with King and Snohomish County, really all came together and just killed it this year. It was amazing. Like, we're so thankful to have those partnerships. And I will tell you guys, this past year, of course, has been challenging for all of us. But what we really found this past year was this partnership with Jolyn in particular, who really came to the phone every time we had a question. Not only that, not only raised all this amazing money at UW, but helped us raise money for CFD non-specified. So she brought us ideas and we were like, a candy pole? I don't know. Worst Halloween candy? I don't know. And Steph and I were like, you know what? We're going to take a chance on it. It worked for Jolyn. We're going to take a chance on it. And we raised thousands of dollars and we were like, we had no idea. Like, we wouldn't have come up with that on our own. And it really shows the power of collaboration and the power of working together to reach those goals and to create opportunities for people to donate every single day and to understand that you can be an everyday philanthropist by giving $1. We meet you where you're at. And if that means you can afford to give $5,000, great on you. But if it means you can only give $1, that's equally important in our eyes. So creating those relationships and really having people understand that it's not about that dollar amount, it's about that opportunity. It's about the volunteer hours that you can spend in your community. It's about making the world a better place. So we're super thankful to have all of you here with us. We're super thankful to get to collaborate, to get to work together with all of you. And really, truly, Jolyn is like, she's my hero this year, because every time I thought, oh my gosh, it's crumbling, it's falling apart, Jolyn was like, I can help. What do you need help with? How can I give you some ideas? What can we do? And the virtual charity fair, Jolyn, wow, like really, wow. That was so out of the box and executed so beautifully. And you really do deserve a really good pat on the back. There are so many volunteers who have our admiration, especially Stephanie and I were like, oh my gosh, we don't know how much longer we can do this. We'll keep doing it. We're just going to drink more coffee and eat our vitamins every day. We'll be there. But there have been days where it's been challenging and people like Jolyn step up and they're like, what do you need help with? I'm here. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for your support of the CFD. Thank you for just giving us that opportunity to really make the world a better place, make our communities better. So thank you. And we're happy that you're all here, and congratulations to all the winners.
Heather, thank you so much. I did not invite her here to be a commercial for me. You guys are truly this team, and I mean the broad team. I mean my team at UW-CFD, our Sno-King committees, our coordinators here and around the state are doing amazing work, and your energy and your enthusiasm make this job easy to do. This is work that is really nurturing and fun. And Heather, I too value the collaboration I have with the state. I loved watching the worst candy competition because it was hard to decide because they were all super terrible, so bad. But it was really, it's such a joy to work with you and to collaborate with everyone who's part of this group. And with that, I'm going to invite one of the people I don't get to collaborate with enough because Mike doesn't work at the UW, Mike Morris, who is the Sno-King CFD committee chair. And he's going to take us home, so to speak. Wrap it up, Mike.
Okay. Okay. Again, thanks, Heather and Stephanie. I know that, let me think. You've lost Philip, Jerica, Dawn, Heather. Yeah. So I know you're doing a lot of extra work, and we really do appreciate that because it really does help and it does make a difference. And I do want to make special thanks to the Sno-King County and the UW CFD Events Committee members for all the work that you've done, switching to Zoom meetings, doing all things in a different way, your commitment, your willingness to stay connected, all the charities that are part of our committee that make a point to be there every month for meetings. You're really appreciated. And if any of the rest of you want to join the Sno-King County CFD committee, please let Nicole, Jolene, or myself know, and we'll get you all that information. We can always use a few more people to help plan events, and next year's events might be a little bit different than the past year, so we'll see how that goes. I also want to have a special thank you to Nicole and Jolene for putting together virtual training. We've always done training for coordinators in the past, and switching a curriculum to online presentation is not a simple task. I do have the CFD or the CSD trainers report to me, so I do have a unit of trainers, and they've had to switch all of our training over as well, and it is a lot of work to take what is normally an in-classroom training and make it a virtual training. And then Jolene also had to make it with a variety of segments that would help you run a virtual campaign. So Nicole, Jolene, you did an absolutely fantastic job, and I so much appreciate the two of you. So we could not have had this successful year without the two of you. So thanks. But also thank you to all the winners, all the nominees, and to each and every coordinator. This has certainly been a difficult and challenging year. No one knew a year ago that it was going to be over a year that we were in a pandemic and doing things completely different. You're all state employees. You've all had to deal with hiring freezes, furloughs, canceled raises. Every time staff, your coworkers have left, and we have a hiring freeze, but you take on that extra work, you make sure that it gets done. Your dedication to the residents of Washington is just phenomenal, and it is so appreciated, everything that you do. I also want to have a special thanks to those of you like me who go into the office every day, because your job is essentially and needed to be done in person to serve the clients, serve your clients, serve the residents of Washington. So I know that that's extra that some of you are doing that I so appreciate, and I want to take the time to thank you for that. But also thank you for all the people who are actually teleworking and having to learn a new way of doing your job, and also the stress of continually teleworking. As Heather had mentioned, she had a little problem getting onto Zoom, so did I this morning. All the virtual platforms don't always work perfectly every day and every time you try them. Plus, not being able to socialize with your coworkers in the way you used to is an added stress. I special thank you to all of you who have done that as well. And I do want to thank each of you for that extra you do in your commitment to the CFD. We did have a fantastic campaign this year, and despite that we actually have fewer state employees, despite that many of them did not get the same income they got the year before, despite all the other challenges, you did an excellent job at running your campaigns, which did allow us to have a very successful year for the Combined Fund Drive and be able to help charities throughout Washington, throughout the country, throughout the world, and made a difference in people's lives all over the globe. So people are, in many cases, so much worse off than they were, you know, prior to the pandemic, and the work you did certainly made a difference in their lives. So I really, really appreciate that. And I want you to know that you've made that difference. And I want you, when your day is a little tough, when you're not being able to socialize with someone else and you're feeling a little bit stressed, to remember what difference you've made in people's lives. Hopefully that'll bring a smile to your face and make your day a little bit better. I know it's going to bring a smile to my face. And so when I'm feeling a little bit stressed, I can think about that and I can remember to smile and make things a little bit better for myself as well. I think, so again, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. We tell you in training to make sure that you thank all your donors, all the people that you talk with, and I want to make sure that I've thanked you enough for everything you've done. So thanks. Please reach out if you'd like to join the committee, and have an absolutely fantastic day. I hope that each and every day gets better for you as you remember all the wonderful things you've done for others. Thanks. With that, unless Jolene or Ann have something more, we'll wrap up 7 minutes early.
Woo-hoo! Yeah, no, I thank you for all your hard work. I hope I see you all at campaign training this fall and back here. Actually, I hope I don't see you all in Zoom again for next year's celebration. I hope I see you all in person, because you are amazing and I enjoy celebrating you. Yes, Ellen, I see. I've got my coffee cup too. I was going to hold up my many thanks bar at the end to like say many thanks, but that bar lasted about 30 seconds. Yeah, like Ann, because she has self-control and I have zero. Yes, we have a question. I can't wait to see. Those fruit bars are also in giant bags at Costco. So you know. But yeah. The rest of you, you are blessed and released. Thank you so much for your hard work. We look forward to working with you again in 2021. And I think, Jacinda, I just want to capture what you said. We are better together. That's really important. So Heather Hirataka, I am going to grab my reusable water bottle and get to work, because the work we do together makes all of us better. So thank you, everyone.
Okay. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in person next time.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jolene, I did not get my reusable water bottle.
Well, your cup should come. We set them, what did we send them, Thursday?
Okay.
And so
mine was coming campus mail.
Yeah,
so
it's coming campus mail. So
easy.
sometimes it's a little slow when we're sending campus mail outside of
Okay.
the UW campus.
Okay. And
But
it's
you
no
should
big
get
deal. I
it
just hope
soon.
everybody got theirs. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for coming, Barb.